Iran has agreed to allow limited nuclear inspections for 3 more months. The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency negotiated the temporary agreement at crisis talks in Tehran. It could give negotiators some breathing room as they struggle to revive the 2015 nuclear deal between Iran and world powers.
For Rafael Grossi, the clock was ticking the moment he touched down in Tehran. He faced an imminent deadline to convince Iranian leadership to drop a new law that would suspend UN inspections of its nuclear facilities. But Iran first wanted relief from oil and banking sanctions. For now, Grossi has secured an extension of sorts.
We reached a temporary, bilateral, technical understanding whereby the agency is going to continue its necessary verification and monitoring activities for a period of up to 3 months.
But Grossi conceded that the UN's watchdog will have less access than before. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Zarif has already said Tehran will restrict access to security cameras at nuclear sites.
It is clear that they won't get a footage as long as the United States has not come back to full implementation of its agreement.
Zarif is also demanding compensation for sanctions he claims caused $1 trillion worth of damage to Iran's economy. Under the terms of the agreement with world powers reached in 2015, the IAEA can inspect nuclear facilities in the country at short notice. But after the USA unilaterally withdrew from the deal and reimposed sanctions 2 years ago, Iran suspended compliance with most of its key commitments under the pact.
Thank you so much.
The current US administration under Joe Biden has signaled it is open to rejoining the deal and lifting sanctions, but the two countries both want the other to make the first move. Last summer, Grossi had struck a deal to allow inspectors to visit 2 suspected nuclear sites following months of negotiation. Now he has passed the baton on to others.
My hope, the hope of the IAEA, has been to be able to stabilize a situation which was very unstable. And I think this technical understanding does it so that other political consultations at other levels can take place. See you soon.
Once more, diplomats are on the clock, with 3 months to find common ground.
Bye-bye.
Now let's bring in Cornelius Adebar. He's an Iran expert at the German Council on Foreign Relations. This is clearly progress, but how likely is it for common ground to be found?
Well, it's progress in the sense that what we've seen last week, a coming together of the other partners of the Iran nuclear deal, the United States, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom, to make progress and offer renewed talks. We haven't seen direct talks between the United States and Iran over the past years on this. And with the signaled willingness of the incoming United States President, Joe Biden, to enter into such talks, this is an important moment. And the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, has paved the ground for these diplomatic negotiations now to take place. So that's a crucial development of those past couple of days.
You mentioned the ongoing negotiations. Just remind us, at what state are those negotiations to salvage that nuclear deal?
It's a bit difficult, and as you mentioned in the clip, both sides, the United States and Iran, want the other to move first, one to lift sanctions and the other to go back into compliance. And this is where a possible third party should come into play. The Europeans, the European Union is the guardian of this nuclear deal, and they should find ways, technical, diplomatic ways, a sequencing so that both sides can claim victory, as you will, towards their domestic audience, but on substance they find together. And this is what this 3-month window of opportunity is for.
So what do you think? How credible are Tehran's threats of scaling back its commitment to the deal if the sanctions are not lifted?
they appear to be quite credible. We have seen over the past 2 years, 2.5 years, ever since the United States has left the deal, that Tehran followed up on its announcements. Step by step, they have reduced their commitments. And even this is only a temporary extension. They have a law passed by parliament which obliges the government to do so. And they have elections coming up by the summer, mid-June, a presidential election is due. So they are also under some sort of pressure at the home front to live up to their words. And as we have seen over the past years, as I said, they have done so. So there is some pressure out there, and the parties of the deal had better come together and negotiate how they can all come back into compliance.
Cornelius Adebar from the German Council on Foreign Relations, thank you very much.
Thank you.